Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. We're back in the cold steel saddle again. Big shout out to Luke from Calculated Survival and Cold Steel, and big shout out to Stick for hooking me up with this Recon 1 XL. Yes, they sent it with me, and I am super appreciative. So here's the deal. I do want to thank Luke on a personal level too, man. Although he probably forgot my name by now, he has kind of reignited a passion in me for cold steel. Here's the thing. Here's what we're going to cover in this video. The Recon 1 XL. It is in XHP. It is made in Taiwan. It has the triad lock with some grippy ass G10. I tried to cut with the damn thing until we ran it dull, and I think we did a pretty good job. Everything you see in this video, other than paper, and paper can dull a little bit, a lot of the materials we use, guys, are really, really hard on knives or on edges, not from a chipping or rolling standpoint, although the tire that I'm going to show you I cut during the short and cut up into the tread had a little steel in it, but they're good for dulling a knife out. Before we get into that, let's jump into the specs, because I just want to kind of jump into the knife. Now, it is the Recon 1 XL. Look at the speed on the old scabbard. In XHP, so you can look it up, and I'm not saying that to be a dick. If there's any specs that I don't list that you want to know, oh yeah, son, look it up. Okay, love you. The handle length, or the length closed, is 7 inches. Now I'm pulling these myself. That rope right there is some nasty shit. I should have just showed you where I pulled it up out of the dirt. You can even see dirt flying off of it. It's got aluminum and metal shavings all in it. I got it at work. It's just a really, really, really tough cutting medium. And that's a water hose, for those of you wondering. So we've got a 7-inch handle. We have a 5, looks like, now, I'm reading to the top of the G10. I'm reading right at 5. I'm looking at 5 1/4. That's at the top. If you go to the lower part where it slows down, it's 5 1/2. So 5 1/4, 5 1/2 inch blade. You've got right at a 5-inch cutting edge. The blade stock, let's check her out here. I'm reading 1/8 right there. Triad lock. Now let's look at the inner grip, because to me that is the most important part, and it's something that cold steel does insanely well. The inner grip on this knife, and that's typically where your knuckles ride, is 5 3/8. Any hand in the world can hold this knife. Any hand, bar none. If your hand's too big for this, you need to go see a doctor. You got some major swelling, and you're probably gonna die. Now, what I did with this knife is I did some of our normal stuff, right? But I made sure to add an extra piece of sandblast hose. I made sure to add that rope. We're going to saw a piece of that yellow polyester rope in half. The thing is this, the XHP from Cold Steel is my favorite steel they use. It really, really, really is. I've always had decent luck with the edge retention. And let me just say this, every now and then you'll get an idiot, and that's just life, talking about cold steel's not sharp. You're out your damn mind. That ain't about kissing ass. It ain't about doing anything else. Every cold steel I've got, whether it's been these past ones or the ones I got when Lynn C., praise Lynn, owned it, or before I knew anything about the company, I've had 2 knives. Now, I just did a whole collection video, 92 different pieces. I've had a total of about 150, right? I don't know why I'm asking you. I've had about 150, and out of them, 2 have been not sharp. An OSS, and I can't remember the other one. That stupid Wakizashi machete, right? Well, it's not stupid, but it wasn't sharp. After that, they've all came hair popping sharp. That's kind of what they're known for. Now, what I wanted to show you right there, or let me dive right here. That's from our collection video. But there's 2 things I wanted to show you. On the left is a pretty sweet double cut, but let's focus on the middle, because right here, I tried to stab a couple times. I had already stabbed the tire for the video,
Oh yeah.
And it did
That's
stick in the
recon
treads, but I
one.
want y'all to watch right here.
Clip point,
So
that's the
I'm
recon
starting
one.
low
So
and I'm
I
going to
know I
cut
showed
high.
y'all
Now
these
watch
yesterday.
as we
I'm not gonna
go.
do that on
We're going to
every one,
cut
but I did
up
want to show you a couple of
into
them.
the
And
tread.
we'll
Now,
move
I've
forward.
told y'all a
This
million
is the
times,
Wild
I
West
cut trailer tires at
bowie.
work.
I love this
Yes,
thing. My guy
the
Jesse
sidewalls of the trailer
sent
tires,
me this
they
to
can be
check
anywhere
out
from
and have,
1/4
and
inch
I
to
adore it.
3/8,
I'm an
depending
old
on
school
where you
Bowie
stab
fan,
the tire. But
and this
look, we're
one's
cutting
awesome.
into the tread of the tire.
One of my
Okay,
first cold steel
that
fix
can
brakes
cause
was this recon
significant
stout.
edge rolling. It can cause
And you see the
chipping.
tip's been wore down.
I had
This is
I
an
had
01 tool steel. It is
no
a thick
major
bastard.
edge
Love
damage.
this
I
thing.
had a little
But this is
bit.
one of my first.
I had a couple of micro fractures in it, and still do. I'm trying to find them. I had 2 or 3 micro fractures in it. Well, I can't find them. They're there. They're there. That to me is as impressive as anything. It that the knife only had that little bit of damage. Look at that backwards throw. So Scab's getting it done. Lean, mean fighting machine. And now we're going to cut this Kevlar hose several times. The thing with the Recon 1 is this. I've never carried it a lot, or I haven't carried it a lot. I'm going to from now on. Now, after this video, praise the Lord, I'm going to sharpen it up. I'm going to hone it back up. I've enjoyed carrying it. I like the clip point. I have a Tonto version that's fully serrated. That one is CTS XHP. I adore it. Now, let me address this. On this particular knife, it only says XHP. I don't know if it's still the same as CTS XHP, if it's the same chemical compound, or if there's something different. Okay, I do want to distinguish that. But I know this edge held up incredibly well. Now, did we dull it out? We didn't dull it out, but we took that hair popping sharp out of it, right? And that was the goal. That's what I wanted to do. In my opinion, when I'm reviewing a knife, that should always be the goal. Now, there are times it don't, but I'm going to show you in a minute. I hate that yellow polyester rope. I despise it with all my heart. And what I did was I put it on a stump and I sawed it. And we're going to show you. I just kind of sawed it and sawed it and sawed it until it came apart. And I left the whole clip in. And here's the thing. Sawing it is different than pulling back and pushing, right? Because we're not getting any real leverage on it. Now here, I meant to trim some of this out, but again, it's just another showcase of using the knife consistently, using it. And the truth is, the thing with this grip, with the Recon 1 that I like, and cold steel handles in general, they make big crazy knives. And here's the deal. People get turn up their nose and they do all that other dumb shit because they think, oh, you can't carry that. Cold steel has mastered the art of carrying a big knife. That's something that nobody can argue. Now, if you're a guy that likes a lot of stuff in his pockets, one of the big ones probably isn't for you because it is a big knife. But if you're just tooling around, if you're going in the woods, and that's what I was going to say. Okay, right here we're sawing it. Just kind of pay attention. It takes a minute, and I would apologize, but I thought it was important to finish the drill on this and to show y'all how much pressure and how much cutting we did. But guys, if I was going in the woods, and this never hardly ever happens, but if I'm going in the woods and I don't want to carry a lot, well, when me and Megatron go hiking, I'm not going loaded for bear. I usually have some kind of belt knife, but I always have one of my cold steel large folders. Why? Because that triad lock gives you a ton of security, and the handle fits in your pocket very well. Really, truly, honestly, I've carried the Espada XL around and forgot it was in my pocket. That's the truth. They just do a great job. So they come sharp. They do great with the locks. The triad locks is like the Chuck Norris of locks. We used to say that all the time, and it is. It is just a tough sumbitch. It really is. The thing too with cold steel that I have seen is they are working to get their products. They're bringing some back. I've noticed some of the older stuff coming back. I'm excited about that. Some of the stuff that we all fell in love with. Now, there are some major opinions with cold steel either way. Some love them, some hate them. I get it, right? And the thing with cold steel is this. It's a lot like me. It's a lot like Lynn Thompson. It's a lot like a lot of guys. You either love us or you hate us, and we're good with whichever you do. And I'll tell you why I like that so much. Because even the good book says, I'd rather you be hot or cold, but you were lukewarm, so I spewed you out. Now, that'll go over some of you's head, and I'm not trying to bring a religious component in, but I'm telling you, be one damn way or the other. If you're going to talk shit, talk shit. Don't try to talk shit and be my friend. I can't stand that shit. That's got nothing to do with this video. Just thought I'd bring it up. So, I threw it down a lot. I did the Donnie B all day, throw it at the stump. The Donnie B all day, drop it. The balance on this thing is incredibly good. But that's what they're known for, right? It is. If you're a guy and you're like, hey man, I can get one knife. I'm going on a camping trip. Now, I would always recommend you take some kind of fixed blade. I would also always recommend you take 3 or 4. But if you're just down with it, I'd say this Recon 1 is a nice option. Why? You can skin with it, you can cape with it, you can cook with it, you can build with it, you can baton it, you can do some chopping. I think that might be one of the few things that I didn't do that I wanted to do. You can make weapons, you can build snares, you can do anything that your skill set will allow you to do. Now, I like stabbing this stuff for 2 reasons. It's not just going, ooh, look, I'm stabbing a tire. That's not it. We come to an abrupt halt. So I like to check the grippiness, the ergos of the handle, not just the G10, but the overall ergos of the handle. And I like to see what kind of pressure it puts on the tip. Now, the other reason that I wanted to stab a lot of the tire and the tire tread and saw the stuff is I wanted to check the coating on this knife, because I think this is powder coated, which that's exactly what I do for a living. So that's kind of a real pet peeve with me. It's not PVD coated. The coating held up very, very well. Now, what I'm going to do when we get towards the end is I'm going to spray the handle down, or the blade down, with WD-40 and wipe it off on camera, just so you can see what it looks like. And I'm looking at it now in the light. There's some smudging, right? There's some smudging. I thought that was a scratch. It's not. There's some scratches, but they don't penetrate to the steel. So overall, I am impressed with it. And a lot of times, guys, that tire stabbing, and I mentioned this the other day, it will wear on a coating. If a coating is not on there correctly, it'll rub it off. It just does. I'm impressed with that. Now, I've got the Mayhem. I've got the, what is the FM1, I believe, or FM7. I can't remember now. I'm drawing a blank. But I'm going to review those 2. But I am really, really, really impressed. And everybody knows the Rajah 2 is my all-time favorite folder. But I'm telling you, this one's charging up the list. Guys, listen. There was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are all over the place. The weekends it's higher. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you got a place here. Guys, I back the blue. It's one of the most misunderstood things I do, but I have my reasons, and I also understand why you would not, and I'm not going to argue with you about it. Finally, if you are an addict, and Lord knows I am. Lord knows I am. I've had my demons. Never quit quitting. Well, guys, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Luke, Stick, appreciate y'all letting me check this out. Really, really impressed with this thing. Listen, I'm scared. You're not. And I'm gone, son. And I'm back, son. I forgot to do my final paper cut. Listen, real quick. You can see that it still has some edge left, which will be nice when I go to hone it back up. But we ran this thing down. Overall, I am very, very impressed with the edge performance. It cut some very, 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 very tough cutting mediums. Now, let me say this again. I'm scared. You're not. We really, really gone this time. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know.